So, of course, last week you know that heavy rain in Colorado caused massive floodings in at least 4 counties. So according to Reuters, the total death toll as of today is listed around 9 people. 1,700 homes have been destroyed, and nearly 139 people are still missing. So absolutely devastating floods going down, damage from these floods down in Colorado. The damage is estimated to be in the billions of dollars, and I think it's only going to get worse. Now, why do I say that? Well, new reports coming out say that over 5,250 gallons of crude oil have spilled into the rivers from storage tanks. Now, these storage tanks were near the town of Milliken, which is pretty close. It's about south of Boulder. Okay, so these oil tanks belong to a company named Anadarko Petroleum. Now, just as a side note, there's another report said that Noble Energy has at least 3 natural gas tanks that have also reported, quote, minor leaks, minor gas leaks. Now, of course, they don't really go into context with that, so what may be minor to them might be major to us. So just keep that in mind. Now,
right, you can pretty much guarantee that they're underestimating the damage level here.
Oh, of course, of course. Anything to make them look less bad in the public eye.
Right.
Now, the spokesman for the Colorado DNR, Todd Hartman, told the Denver Post that authorities were unsure when the Anadarko spill happened and that it was only the first incident confirmed. Now, that suggests to me that we're going to hear probably about some more instances. According to the Energy Information Administration, Colorado has over 30,000 natural gas wells. That's not counting oil. That's just natural gas.
Right.
19,000 of those are in areas impacted by the storm. Now, they said that they were able to shut down a lot of these wells, but once again, I would really take that with a grain of salt, because you don't know. These oil and gas companies kind of have a history of, making things seem that they're not as bad as they really are. So, like I said, I want you guys to take that with a grain of salt.
Well, of course, this is another example of, why we got to get away from the petroleum and the crude oil and the natural gas. These are the consequences that we're going to be facing more and more. This is one of the most disastrous incidences that has occurred for Colorado residents in, God knows how long.
Right.
I don't remember another natural. Well, it started off as a natural disaster. Now it's a chemical disaster on top of that. But this is what happened. What happened with Japan and the nuclear facilities that are exploding. These are the real consequences that people actually have to face and deal with. And whatever they're reporting, I guarantee it's at least half again as bad.
Now, I want to do a quick update. Now that you had actually mentioned Fukushima, there was another 5.3 earthquake near Fukushima.
Oh no!
So what was already bad is going to get a lot worse.
Yeah, no, I totally agree with Rihanna, and I think I lost video, but that's okay. But she's exactly right. This is probably the best example of why we need a mass awakening in the country. Like, this is what happens whenever you give unlimited power and influence big corporations that have absolutely no morals, no feelings, no regrets. They'll go ahead and rape your land, think nothing of it. And whenever we hear one of these disasters, it's generally covered up. And what's even more embarrassing is that the media, political structure, and even the president are all compliant, right? I mean,
absolutely.
That's correct. So call me crazy, but I definitely like drinking water. And call me even more crazy, but our dependence on oil and gas is the biggest charade I've ever seen.
No, you're crazy. You're crazy, Mike.
I know I'm crazy, but look. But seriously, solar power is the answer clearly, right? As Germany's already shown us, but there's a slight problem to that. No one can own the sun, and it's not an item to be purchased on the free market. And we can't have free, clean, and renewable energy. that way.
Because
So
think of the billionaires. Think of the billionaires that are going to lose out.
That's exactly right. So it doesn't make any economic sense, except that it makes all the economic sense in the world. So, like, you probably know, I live in Louisiana, and we're still dealing with our gigantic oil spill that devastated our, coastline and all that. But so the coastline's rapidly disappearing, been for decades. So all the time on the radio, I hear like, oh well, you can't, let's not blame BP too much. Let's be nice to. I don't know where the fuck this idea comes from. Like, we've got to be nice to these big, large, these guys that are so big. But every time we get screwed out of like our drinking water, or like in Colorado they got earthquakes and we're getting screwed out of our beaches, coastlines, and these things like help against hurricanes, Hurricane Katrina. So I mean, it line them up. The dominoes are falling, exactly correct. I don't understand why we can't get this done. And you're right. We need to keep pounding this in the ground. We need to get money out of politics through Wolfpack and like some of the other ones. Because I guarantee you, my two corporate whore senators, David Vitter and Mary Landrieu, they're slaves to the oil industry. They love the oil industry. They'll jump in anything they want. They go, whatever you want, sir, anything. And nothing will ever change while their donations keep pouring in. So, okay,
don't forget, we give them subsidies. We're giving them $4 billion a year for them to do business. That comes from us, from the taxpayer, right into their greedy little pockets.
And that mentality, Mike, that you were talking about how, oh, don't be mean to the corporations, don't pick on them, it's not all their fault, this stuff just happens. Well, what about the earth? What about the consideration for the people and the creatures that are affected by these disasters? Why aren't we being nice to the earth? Our priorities are so screwed in this country and in other countries that we give more consideration and more empathy for money and the greedy rich than we do for the environment and for the earth that we live on and in. And only when these disasters happen to us, the figurative us, not us individually, that we seem to start to actually give a shit about the earth and natural disasters and the consequences of our irresponsible actions, like Colorado legislators who are now all in favor of taking benefits and relief.
When they voted against Sandy relief,
yes,
Sandy, yeah, absolutely.
They were against helping other people, but they're totally in favor of, being helped themselves now. And it's a pattern, because then there were the people who lived in and around the Sandy hurricane disaster who were at the time of Katrina against giving relief to New Orleans and Katrina relief efforts. But they were totally in favor of getting help when Hurricane Sandy hit them. So it's the same thing.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and I totally agree with you. I think that, especially living in Louisiana, we have this massive hypocrisy. I can't even begin to tell you. Like, I swear to God, I see it all the freaking time. Every single day I see it. It's like, oh, no, don't give anything to them. Or what's all this government spending? But the second a hurricane hits Louisiana, it happened with Katrina. We get them all the time. We get them like once a year over here. But it's like, the little food stamp, FEMA trailers and stuff. Oh man, line up across the line goes for miles. They're lining up for that stuff. So okay, fine, all right. You want to be a hypocrite like that? Hey, okay, no problem. That's fine. But the bottom line is, like, these man-made disasters, like the one we're talking about in Colorado, the one we're talking about in BP, the one that we're talking about didn't we just have one of these damn things? Oh yeah, in Arkansas,
the Mayflower incident.
Yeah, Mayflower. Oh yeah, we got a pipeline back there. What are you talking about? Are you serious? We do? Oh, we got to evacuate our neighborhoods. Oh, we didn't even know what was going on back there. Oh, can we get some cameras in back there? No. I guess we're gonna have to get these young kids with a smartphone to go back there and film the crap that the media doesn't want to show. What the fuck is that BS? Now look, I swear to God, and you see me all the time on Twitter. David Vitter and Mary Landrieu, they know what this is about. when you deal with United States senators, one of the main reasons I pick on them is because they should be looking at things in a national interest, not just like just Louisiana. Just no, you got to be looking at things from a national standpoint.